Hi, I'm Scott McLaughlin. On this episode, we're going to speak with Kevin Smith, the owner of Pension Services, the service that takes the hassle out of dealing with Centrelink. Hi Kevin, how are you going?
Very well, yourself, Scott?
Very well. Now Kevin, Pension Services, that's an unusual name. Tell me, what is the business and what do you do for customers?
Yeah, look, Scott, really good question. I think what we really do well is we take the stress out of Centrelink. So for a lot of people, whether they're either retiring or they're putting parents into an aged care home, it's a stressful time because it's the first time they've had to deal with Centrelink. So we take that responsibility away from them, we act on their behalf, and we actually manage that all for them. So we don't actually they don't have to deal with Centrelink, we take care of it all for them.
So Kevin, why would someone come to you rather than do it themselves?
Yeah, look, great question, Scott. It can be a really stressful time. In some cases, it's the first time that somebody's dealt with Centrelink, whether it be for an aged pension or putting mum and dad into an aged care home. So people get stressed and they're not sure where to start potentially. There's a lot of forms, there's a lot of questions, and they really don't know if they're answering it right. The other thing we find is a lot of people don't like sitting in a Centrelink office. You know, they really don't like sitting there. They're confused by MyGov, so we can actually come in, do it over the phone, do it face to face, or do it via Zoom, and actually have a conversation with them, get the information away from them, give them a clear process as to how we're actually going to get their application submitted, how we'll follow it up, and how we can keep them on the right side of Centrelink and make sure their application is correct the first time round, and make sure they don't cheat themselves out of any money.
Okay, well that makes a lot more sense now. So what's the experience in your team that enables you to do that so well for your customers?
Yeah, look, I've been an advisor for the last 13 years, so a financial advisor for the last 13 years. And a lot of my clients actually really valued the fact that I knew Centrelink, I could deal with them on their behalf, and I could complete age pension applications or deal with a family tax issue or whatever it was. So I brought that experience. But as my business has grown, I've actually found somebody that used to work in the complex assessment area of Centrelink, and I've actually brought her on. So she didn't want to be working for the government anymore. She's got a young family, and she really decided that working from home would be a better option. So now she helps me actually with any complex cases or anything that's a little bit tricky. She'll actually come on board and help me get the right result for a client.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense that you've got that experience then to help people through that maze. Do you have any success stories or things that you've done for people just to illustrate how you do your job?
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess a couple of recent ones. I had somebody that had been putting off claiming for an age pension because she had a little bit of complexity. So she had her own super fund that the accountant had set up. The accountant wasn't helping her with any of the Centrelink paperwork. And her and her daughter tried 18 months ago for the third time, I believe it was, to actually apply for it. Centrelink asked a few questions, they didn't know how to answer it, and they just gave up. They engaged me as a recommendation from an advisor, and within 3 weeks I had her on full pension.
Wow.
Dealt with her accountant and said, this is what I need from you with regards to a super fund, and away we went. And I've also helped just recently clients that were probably not initially intended for my service, but clients that have been self-employed, have young kids and didn't know they were eligible for maybe a family tax benefit. And two of them in the last month have actually got payouts in excess of $20,000, which has obviously made a massive difference in their lives.
Wow, it really seems like you can help anybody with a Centrelink issue. So, and it's probably very worth people who are going through that challenge coming over to chat to you. So thanks for coming on today. We wish you all the best for the future.
Beautiful, thank you very much.
Well, that's it for this episode of Biz Adelaide. If you want to come and showcase your business, go on our website and register. And don't forget, we have a business directory where any local business can register. See you next time on Biz Adelaide.